All right, all right, all right. Good morning, lovely people. Good go. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Happy Friday, lovely people. They got the mask mandate back out. My edges is out from the hoops on my ears. All right, we are going to talk about time. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about time. Let me pull this up and get situated here. Now, here's the deal with time. We cannot reacquire time, and we all know that. So, meaning you cannot get it back. You can't get time back. So, we need to live in the right now. Good morning, Lynette. How are you? Lovely people. All of y'all come on in the room, and we'll hurry up and get started, okay? Some people feel like the future will mean more because we plan our lives and we're like, okay, I'm going to do this at this time, and we set our goals. But it does not mean more than the present. It does not mean more than the present. Hey, Carol. So understand that. Live in the present. You'll constantly say, live in the present right now. And the reason that I say that is because we're like plants. If you look at it, that way, use that analogy, which is a living thing. We are plants. We have to water the plants. We have to feed it properly in order for it to grow. All right. So let me see. I'm trying to figure out how I can reword this and do it really, 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 really fast. Excuse me. Let me see. Here you go. Okay. Here you go. Live in the now. Don't allow other people to plan your time, to take your time. I actually experienced something, and that's why I wanted to talk about time. I don't play when it comes to time because, like I said, we cannot reacquire that. That's something that is not, we don't get the do-over with the time, okay? I do want to say this. If you live in the present, and if you are that person who looks to the future, which is really, really good. Hey, T! Which is really, really good to look to the future, but tomorrow is not promised, okay? So live in the now, and right now, what you are right now, look in the mirror. What you are right now is because you chose to be there. So if you're happy, you chose to be there. You made that decision. If you're not happy and comfortable in your place right now, you made that decision, or you made decisions to not do what it is that you wanted to do, but you were committed to someone else. And when I say that, hear me well, sometimes we tend to work overboard for somebody else's dream. That's why I'll always say preserving life versus living somebody else's dream. So working yourself to death. Y'all heard that before. Stop working yourself to death for somebody else's dream. If that's not your dream, you need to stop. And, you get addicted to the money, like the factory jobs. You're like, okay, well, I need to pay my bills and I need to do what I need to do. You can get addicted, but then you're not in your happy place. Okay. So again, don't allow others to tell you who to become, because like I said, what you are right now is because you made a decision with the time that you had. Now, tomorrow is not promised, but we pray that we all see tomorrow. So make a plan and do what it is that you want to do. There's something else that I did jot down. Have you ever heard where people say you changed because they thought they knew you? They were like, oh, you not changed. Oh, you changed. You real different right now. That's a compliment. So don't take that as a negative. The tonation is everything, but don't take it as a negative. Pat yourself on the back, because I'm going to tell you right now, if you are the same person that you were yesteryear, something's wrong. Make a decision. Something is wrong. Unless you're content. If you're content in your place right now, this message is not for you. But if you are not, and you want to change for the betterment of yourself, do it. But pat yourself on the back if somebody says that you changed. Don't take it negatively. It is all positive, because you do want to change with time. Hey, Sherry, you definitely want to change with time. So boom, 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 boom. And understand this. If you change your mind, because we're allowed to change our minds, okay? If you do something, you're like, okay, well, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do this. Change, evolve. Each day is changing. Each day Each day change. Okay, it's sunny today. It's raining tomorrow. And if you live in Ohio, it's snowing next week. Everything is changing, but why is it a problem when we decide to change? Check that person, okay? Now, when I was using the analogy as us being like plants, if you look at a plant, for my plant lovers out there, I'm not a good plant person because they all die. But here's the deal. When you have a little plant, you have to, foundation. There you go. I'm preaching today to somebody. You have to have that foundation, all right? And then you water the plant in order for it to grow, just like us. Just like us. And once you do that and you look at your time like a plant, over time, you're like, okay, is this plant going to grow or is it going to die? We know eventually it'll die just like us being plants. How do you want to go? What do you want your dash to be? Okay, so do what it is that you want to do. Live in the now. And once you look at it that way, you'll realize, you'll look at the clock differently. You'll look at the time differently. You'll look when people say, okay, well, we're starting at this time, and then they got a whole hour. You cannot reacquire that time. That is so disrespectful to me. If you invite me somewhere, I'm going to tell you, I'm on a soapbox real quick. If you invite me somewhere, or if I have an appointment and you tell me a certain time, and then I come, and if you're a little bit late, call, at least give me the courtesy to say, oh, okay, I'm calling, I'm running behind, blah, blah, blah. But you cannot, I will not allow you to steal my time or to take my time. Okay. So if you want me to be there, or if you're having something, or, and this is to whoever this is out here, because I know they're taking our time. We're like, okay, we're coming over here. We might have an appointment, and you sit there and you're on time. And then they seem to have an attitude because you're on time and they're late. Business owners, same thing. Business owners, if you open at 8 o'clock, we're there at 8 o'clock. We took some time. Appreciate the customer to come and support you. Do not get an attitude because we're there earlier than you are. Do you want it or not? Time we cannot get back. You guys know it. But I'm telling you, you're going to look at the clock a little differently. Like right now, it's 7:07, and I appreciate every last one of y'all on here, okay? I'm not going to take too much of your time, but I do want you, it's your right now. Are you happy with your right now? If you are not, change, people. Change. You got time. You have time for you, but don't allow somebody else to take your time and pull you into their stuff. Do what it is that you need to do. And if they don't start on time, I know you're sitting there like, oh, okay, it's some other things that I could have accomplished at this time. I can't get this back. Come on, people. Respect each other's time. Okay. Please, please, please. And also, here's a question for you all. How are you spending your time? Spending, because believe it or not, time cost. Time costs. Your time costs, because you cannot reacquire it. I'm going to continue to say that over and over again, okay? Time costs. And unlike food, we can't preserve it. So choose your time wisely. Live in the now. Enjoy the now. Whatever it is that you plan on doing, make sure it's something that you want to do. All right? And have fun. That's what's important. All right, lovely people, that is my time. And I thoroughly enjoyed you, and I appreciate you spending your time by listening to me. If you think this video will help somebody, please, please, please go ahead and share it. Like, subscribe, share on YouTube. Hook your girl up. I truly appreciate every bit of your time, all right? Find you, embrace you, most importantly, always, always love you. And again, live in the present, okay? Become who you want to become now. Peace. Until next week, people, you already know what it is. And again, find you, embrace you, and love. Deuces, I'm out.